Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Heart Strong presentation today about getting our heart to be very healthy. So we realize that there's lots of information in this presentation, and Dr. Justine has made herself available. You can text any questions to her at 647-987-9355. I'd like to welcome Dr. Justine here with us this evening. She's going to be presenting about keeping our heart extremely healthy. She is an advocate, an amazing, amazing mom. And she really is a popular author. She owns Justine Blaney Wellness Center and really is passionate about and focused on prevention and helping you to your optimal health. Let me welcome Dr. Justine Blaney.
All right. Hello, everybody. Well, we've got some great topics ahead. Today is going to be amazing about protecting that amazing muscle, your heart. But upcoming during these challenging times, we have one on stress with Dr. Udani and 12 strategies to manage stress better. Coming up in March, I was going to be March break, but we now have exercise for those kids, typically between the ages of 2 and 10. One is based on exercising like an animal or your favorite animal, and the other one is your favorite sport. Both done by my husband and I in our living room, so it can just showing how you can get 6 minutes of exercise anywhere, anytime. Dr. Udani will be doing some baking for kids. Then we're going to talk about the stomach pains and bloating and gas and how to protect your gut lining. Following with an interview with Dr. Linda on how cranial sacral therapy can help and what is cranial sacral therapy. So stay tuned for all of our wellness talks. Our mission is to help people live healthier lives and to be able to be as healthy as possible, have the greatest potential through the five essentials, maximizing your mind, maximizing your nerve flow, maximizing your nutrition, your exercise, and minimizing those toxins. Truly, we want people to be able to live their full potential. And certainly that is more difficult when we're stressed right out. So today, our focus is on heart health, but our goal long term is to work on all five essentials so we can be our best. So our heart is so amazing. It's about the size of your fist, and yet it can pump like over 2,000 gallons of blood every day. It beats over 115,000 times a day. It is truly an amazing muscle that works in our body. As we look at it, heart disease, though, is the number one cause of death in North America, the number one of cause of death in the US. Literally, it affects 1 in 4 people and one person every 37 seconds. That's scary, folks. One every 37 seconds. That's what gives us the motivation to listen and to make the small changes that add up. So where's the future of heart disease? Well, folks, it's getting worse. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. Sedentary lifestyles and sitting in front of computers, sitting in front of laptops actually makes things worse. So not only are we dealing with COVID, but we're also dealing with challenges to our health and to our heart. By 2030, they say that in the US it'll affect over 40%, and that cardiovascular disease will be affecting not 1 in 4, but 2 in 5. So that the problem is getting worse and that the medical costs are going through the roof. Literally over $800 billion in the US spent on heart disease. Helps with our estrogen, our progesterone, all of our sex hormones, as well as with cortisol. Talk about cholesterol. A lot of times people think about the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. The good cholesterol being HDL and the bad cholesterol being LDL. But we do need to make sure we have a full lipoprotein profile to look at the LDL. Do we have the small ones or the big ones? And not just look at the total cholesterol in order to have the best response. We want to look at our blood pressure because that can be the high blood pressure, that can be a sign that there are challenges to come. So if we look at the LDL, that can be significantly affected and things that be affected by our lifestyle in areas, the things that we can control. So LDL can be controlled by our diet, by how much exercise or reduction of exercise, our weight gain. It can be affected by age. So we know that as we age, LDL can increase. And for men, significantly earlier, 10 to 15 years earlier than for women. It can be affected by hereditary diabetes, um, thyroid concerns, kidney or liver disease, different kinds of medications, or hormone concerns like polycystic ovarian disease, and cholesterol is affected by our stress. So, one of the biggest things is finding ways to monitor our stress. That's why chiropractic helps, and that is why we have numerous talks on how to manage stress better. Heart disease is considered one of the silent killers. Um, and so when we look at that, we have to look for some of the symptoms of heart disease. And often the first sign of heart disease is a heart attack. Confusion, heart rate going up, vision concerns, blood in the urine, or generally feeling unwell. Typically, people go to the bathroom and that's where they have a heart attack. So when we look at blood pressure, some of the key risks are blocked arteries. That's when people think about like high levels of cholesterol, but we do need to think about inflammation. Inflammation causes those arteries to get smaller, and then that affects that blood flow. And inflammation can definitely be affected by lifestyle and by nutrition. We can look at atherosclerosis or hardening of the arteries. And again, that can be affected by nutrition, as well as the risk of heart attack with dealing with higher blood pressure and lifestyle concerns. So one of the things when we look at blood pressure, there are different stages of concerns, and these stages have changed, and the recommendations have changed over the last few years. It used to be 120 over 80 was normal, and it was fairly normal to up to around 140. That has changed. Now at 130, we get into that stage one, which puts us into early risk signs. And hopefully, this will allow people to make those lifestyle changes earlier in order to try and avoid a slippery slope of medication, because it's so hard to get off of it and make those lifestyle changes afterwards. So if we look at the top number, the systolic blood pressure number, that's how much pressure your blood has against your arteries when your heart is beating, versus the diastolic number, the bottom number, that's how much your blood is exerting pressure on those arteries when the body is resting. So we want to make sure that both are in order, that the heart is able to pump, but also the heart is able to rest and get to a normal heart rate. And that can be done through following the five essentials. So the top causes of preventable death are typically things that we can make a huge difference with our lifestyle. And that's why with Maximize Living, we focus on the five essentials. So knowing the statistics is one of the key changes, knowing that you can change your risk at being part of the stats, and knowing that the risk right now is 1 in 4. And that means when you have a family of 4, you want to be helping everybody make those differences. And hopefully that is an area to help motivate us and change that mindset that we can make a difference and we don't want to be one of those stats. So with Maximize Living, we focus for heart disease prevention on all five essentials. And we want to work with a team in order to get those best response. So of course, we're working with your medical doctor, but as well as your naturopath or holistic nutritionist, your coaches or your trainers. And we want to focus on maximizing your mind, maximizing your nutrition, maximizing your nerve flow, maximizing your oxygen, your exercises, and minimizing those toxins in your body. So as we get into chiropractic, we know that the nerves and the brain controls everything in your body. So those nerves right at the top part of your neck, they've done tons of research that that area there can affect blood pressure. And so we want to make sure with x-rays, with proper examinations, with thermography, with palpation, that we're doing a full examination to see how your nerves are functioning throughout your whole body, especially your neck and that atlas axis area, all the way down into your nerves from your mid back that are affecting your chest and your breathing rate. So as chiropractors, we're working with reducing stress in the body, we're experts at finding and removing those areas of subluxation, areas that have pressure on those nerves. And our goal is to remove that pressure and then teach those lifestyle approaches with the 5 essentials of health. When we look at nutrition, we want to focus on those healthy fats. The ones that we want to avoid are those trans fats or bad saturated fats, um, and the fast foods and the high areas of sugar and things that make a sugar. We want to go towards more greens and organic. We want to aim towards increasing our healthy fats with seeds, nuts, avocados, healthy fish. We want to get those healthy proteins, but when we're looking at fish, we do not want to make sure that it's farmed fish. We want to make sure that we have wild fish, free range chicken, free run eggs. We want to make sure that we have wild um, meats or animals that are allowed to run around. So we want to make sure we stay away from the processed and the animal proteins that are unhealthy for us, and to work towards adding the good fats and reducing the poor fats and increasing our body's ability to deal with inflammation. And that is done with our advanced plan, which was no sugars or limited sugars, even limiting fruits with that are high glycemic fruits like bananas and avocados, looking towards our berries and our green apples, limiting our grains because grains create sugars. So looking towards, for many people, they may need to look at dairy free. They may need to look at gluten free for healthier ways for their body to digest. And so one of the best ways is to talk to your naturopath, talk to your chiropractor, talk to your holistic nutritionist, and create that healthy diet for you. As we learn about those healthy fats, very important to increase our omega 3s. And so we see that in the grocery store, the omega 3, 6, 9 eggs, milk, yogurts. We want to increase omega 3s compared to omega 6. And that's your EPA, your DHA, your ALA, by having the healthy fish, sardines, nuts, almonds, cashews, your healthy seeds, hemp oil, seeds, chia seeds. So there's numerous information on our website with different diets. But if you're interested in being sent a sample diet or sample information about our advanced plan, don't hesitate to contact us and we will send that for free to you. One of the things with Maximize Living is they have numerous products that you can order online. But an example is these healthy fats, garlic and parsley, or the broccoli. Broccoli is one of the things that's known to be able to help people with cancer, with inflammation, and with heart disease. And these products can be sold online at the Justine Blaney Wellness Center. Now, the next thing is with maximizing our mind, maximizing our nutrition, is maximizing our exercise. So, with the Max T3 program, you want to make sure that we're getting changes in those exercises, changing the type of exercise, changing the tempo of exercise, and changing the timing with your exercise. So, timing might be 20 seconds on, off, 30 seconds on, off, 40 seconds on, off. As you get better, a minute. Looking at changing the tempo, so that might mean that you're going fast or you're going slow, or if it's a weightlifting, it's 3 seconds up and then down quickly, or up quickly and then down slowly. So we do have a Max T3 workout program. Again, it's free. It's actually amazing. It has many different options that you could use easily over 6 months to follow with no weights or with weights, depending on what you have at home. And it can be modified for injuries or modified for different age groups. So definitely don't hesitate to call us to get a copy. But the most important thing is to get out moving and create that change. It can't be just a 30-minute walk at the same pace. The goal is approximately 30 minutes of exercise every single day, and getting our bodies moving every single day. If you do have a Fitbit, aim for, that 10,000 steps every single day. With the toxins, we have numerous talks on minimizing toxins, but looking at those personal care products that you may use, like shampoos, conditioners, things to wash your clothes, looking at cleaning products. And there's so much out there now about the dangers of, say, too much hand sanitizer. So looking at trying to minimize the toxins. I don't think you can do perfect here, but if we can minimize those toxins in our home, we do use melaleuca, we use vinegar. Um, and when walking around, I'll carry my own hand sanitizer so that way I can use a healthier product. And then looking at ways to detox. So Sabine, our holistic nutritionist, does the easy detox, which is a foot detox where you kind of sweat out through your feet using the ion um, uh, sort of circuit to help, and that it can be pretty gross what you see come out. My mom loves to do that, so we have the easier detoxes, but we also have more customized detoxes that can be done with our naturopath, Dr. Udani. But I definitely recommend, no matter what, if you're doing a detox, do it under consultation. Make sure that you're not aiming for a quick fix, quick weight loss, because typically that can lead to health challenges or a quick weight gain afterwards. Smoking is one of those toxins we know very, very severe for lung damage, leading to cancers and affecting your blood pressure and affecting signs of diabetes. We know that in 1 year, if you're quitting smoking, can make a massive difference, and then in 5 years, you can almost be exactly similar to have not been smoking. That's the amazing part of our innate intelligence inside our bodies, that it has ability to heal and to refunction and be able to rebuild those cells in your body. So the key is stop now. And if you can't, look to reduction as quickly as possible. Talk to our naturopaths about mindset, mindfulness, talk to our acupuncturist so you can find a way to reduce these toxins. When we get to mindset, these are challenging times. We do need to change the way we think. Um, it is not just my parents are big, I will be big, or my heart disease runs in the family. Lifestyle makes a difference, and you can change your lifestyle, change our mindset first in order to be able to start to begin these exercise changes and these nutrition changes. One of the first things is start writing things down. Write down a journal of what you're eating, um, write down what your exercise program is going to be, and then check it off as you follow it. As we learn to de-stress, we want to definitely get ways to find out good quality sleep, not just the time in bed, but the good quality. Somewhere between 6 to 8 hours. Not everybody needs 8 hours, but as you get more, sometimes that actually reduces your quality of sleep. I'm personally love naps. I find that helps throughout the week, and that can be a really great way to recharge. We have numerous talks on sleep already and coming up on sleep and how to get better quality and better environment. But the main thing is getting that quality sleep. So getting away from technology right before bed, finding ways to go to bed and get up at the same time, and preferably the hours before midnight, that make a massive difference for good quality sleep. And learning about different supplements that might help you. Are you low on melatonin? Are you low in B12? So to have those testings done with your naturopath to find out if there's a reason why you're not getting good quality sleep. Certainly with chiropractic, we find is that de-stresses, helps take the stress off the spine and nervous system, removing those subluxations. We do get reported that many people can have much better quality of sleep and have way more energy. As we look to de-stress, we want to simplify our schedules. So I find writing it out so I have that plan, and every Sunday night checking the plan so that it's easier to follow throughout the week and not kind of just going through the seat of my pants, or just having a plan and following that plan. Following our breathing exercises, again, we have numerous videos on breathing exercises in order to de-stress. But sometimes it's that 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out, 2 or 3 times can really help relax the body, stop the heart rate from going as quickly, can help to de stress and help our blood pressure. Getting exercise, and that can sometimes be with forms like yoga, Pilates. We do have yoga online at the Wellness Center with Aisha at a very, very low cost. It's like $8, $9 a session. Also, using opportunity to sit and breathe with a candle or meditate prayer can certainly help with de-stress and help with that mindset. I believe with your mindset, one of the best ways is to have an accountability person. Um, and that person is best if it's not your spouse, but whether it's your kids or it is your wellness practitioner. So at our office, you're welcome to make a complimentary consultation opportunity to meet and greet. That can be in person or virtually with your chiropractor or with the naturopath, in order to ask more questions and see if this is the right fit for you. Again, upcoming, we have some amazing talks on stress, and that is something that definitely affects your heart health. As we take care of those five essentials, maximizing your mind, dealing with that stress, maximizing your nerve flow. We have talks on chiropractic, maximizing your exercise. We have talks on exercise, minimizing those toxins. We want to make sure, of course, focusing on that nutrition and that gut health. So if you see this upcoming talks, we have one on stress, we have ones on exercises for the kids, and they're just for fun, getting kids baking in a healthy way, dealing with that gut health, and then learning about different forms of therapy, such as cranial sacral therapy. So stay tuned with us, connect with us. Our goal is each week to have different topics to help you. So you can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, on our website if you missed it, and share these with others, because our goal with these, they are free, and our goal is to try and make a difference worldwide.